But right now, I want to welcome to the program Mr. Christopher Allen, who is the president of Hunting for Heroes, which is a new 501c3 organization. And Chris, thank you, sir, for coming on the program tonight.
Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure. So tell me, what is Hunting for Heroes all about?
Hunting for Heroes is a new nonprofit that is providing recreational therapy and counseling service to police officers that are injured in the line of duty.
Oh, wow. This is very cool. And primarily the recreation that you are offering is hunting?
Yeah, right now we're doing most of our stuff is hunting and fishing excursions we're doing. We did a spring turkey hunt that was successful, and we have a dove and a pheasant hunt coming up in September. And we've already booked a turkey hunt and a hog hunt for 2012.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Now, where are you based, Christopher?
We're based out of Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay. And are most of these hunts for law enforcement in the area, or are law enforcement officers around the country able to participate?
Around the country. We had our first hunt, we started locally. We had one officer from Kansas City and two from the St. Louis area. Our dove hunt we have coming up opening weekend of September. We have two guys from Iowa, one from St. Louis, two from Virginia, and one from West Virginia.
Oh, that's tremendous. So, Christopher, I mean, how did you come up with the idea for this? What made you decide? I mean, it isn't a small endeavor to set up a nonprofit and organize all of this.
I wish somebody would have told me that before I got started. So it's we actually a partner of mine, Chuck Bullis. We were police officers in the St. Louis area, and we were kind of contemplating doing our own hunting television show. We were kind of putting together kind of a transcript of what we would do as a calendar year of events, and we started looking to do some charity hunts along with that. And we started to contact organizations that were helping disabled police officers, and we couldn't find any organizations in the country that were serving police officers and the special needs that they have. So we were kind of taken back by that. So we went ahead and put our TV show on hold and basically scrapped that idea altogether, and went full force into the charity. Because what we were finding is we were talking to injured officers. It's kind of like the September 11th syndrome. Everybody was passionate. As soon as they got hurt, everybody's passionate for that first 6 months or so. And then as time goes on, people fade away and go on with their everyday lives. And these guys when they get injured and they're no longer able to perform their duties, they lose their identity as a person, as a police officer. And it's very hard for them to take. And we want to let them know that we appreciate them and that they're still part of that police family, and we do what we can to make them still feel like they're one of the boys.
Now, when you're talking about officers who have been injured in the line of duty, are you able to handle with these hunts officers who are physically disabled in some fashion?
Yes. Yeah, actually our first hunt, and if you send people to our website at huntingforheroes.org, you'll see some photographs on there from our first event. And we had Officer Matt Crosby actually harvested a spring turkey, and he's classified as a quadriplegic.
Really?
So we take, there's really nothing that we haven't seen that we couldn't handle so far.
Wow. That is fantastic.
I appreciate it. The guys are having a lot of fun. And tell you, the biggest testimony for us was the guys that we took out on our first event all made a decision to come back and join us and are serving on our board because they had such a good time, and it was such a nice break from their daily grind that they want to help other officers have that same experience.
Wow. I mean, that says a lot. I mean, when the guys who went on the first hunt are now helping the organization and furthering it. So again, the website is what? huntingforheroes.org?
Yes, huntingforheroes.org, and it's all spelled out.
What do you need from folks right now, Christopher? I'm sure donations would help.
Yeah, as a nonprofit, we're always looking for sources of revenue coming in, and we're really trying to just spread our message around the country. We have a banquet coming up here in Kansas City on September the 9th that we're aggressively selling tickets for, and that, again, is just a fundraising tool, and we're going to have some of our disabled law enforcement officers there, and they're going to share some testimony as well. So that's going to be a really nice night for the people that are listening in the Kansas City area.
Yeah, no kidding.
From around the country, we're just trying to get our word out there because there's officers in so many different areas that we don't know about yet or that have been injured before we came into existence. So if you know of these guys, please send them in our direction. And if you're in a spot and you want to help, contact us at our number, and we could be happy to help you out. Actually, one of the stories that I'd like to share with you.
Yeah.
There's two officers in Virginia that are going to join us. And there was actually, it was a shooting on March 13th. 2 officers were killed, and these 2 officers, Eric and Shane, were seriously injured. And those guys were nominated by one of their fellow officers to come join our organization. We reached out and called them and sent the invitations out, and then their local officers have stepped up to the plate and are hosting fundraisers in their area in Virginia to help offset some of the expenses that we're going to have. So we're going to fly those guys and their families out here, and there's a lot of expenses that go along with that. And those officers out there are taking it upon themselves to host their own fundraiser, and they're going to raise probably $5,000 to $10,000 to help cover the expenses of those guys, which is more than going to cover their expenses.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, our motto is taking care of our own, and that's a true testimony of officers stepping up to help out their fellow officers.
Yeah, no kidding. That is fantastic. Christopher, listen, I really appreciate you coming on the program tonight. I would love to talk to you again in the future as we head towards fall and the hunting season. Let's have you back on the program, can we?
Yes, that would be great. Anytime.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming on the show tonight, sir, and look forward to doing this again very soon.
Great. Thank you.
Christopher Allen, the president of Hunting for Heroes. Again, the website is huntingforheroes.org.